You're looking at Hebrews 4:15. We have not an high priest who cannot be touched with the feelings of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin.
Right.
Let me ask you this. Okay, if you had solid gold, could it be tested in fire?
Mm-hmm.
If it was tested, what would it prove to be? Gold. Could it pass the test?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Does that mean it wasn't tested?
No.
No. Could you take a test, bless the Lord, and get a 100% on it? Could you?
No.
As an honest girl. No, I mean, could you hypothetically? I mean, a real easy test.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, help me with the illustration, will you? Sure you could. You're very humble. You can take a test and get a 100% on it. Does that mean it wasn't a legitimate test? No, it just means that you passed it.
Mm.
The fact that Christ was tempted or tested, that's not a problem. Satan can approach Christ and give him a test. Because he passes it doesn't make it any less a test, right? So he was tempted and tested. In fact, he was tested to extents that we can't understand, because usually we fall to the temptation somewhere along the line. And the longer we resist, the harder Satan works. Well, imagine in the case of Christ, because he never gave in, he was tempted to the maximum every time, but he passed every test. So the fact that Christ was tested was not to demonstrate that he had a sin nature, but to demonstrate that he was sinless. And because a person is perfect, doesn't mean they can't be tested. It simply means they passed the test.
Okay.
So Christ in his absolute perfection passed every trial and test that Satan came. When Satan came and wanted him to deny God's word and to take things into his own hands and to obey Satan and disobey God and so forth and so on, those were tests that legitimately were offered to Christ and could be offered to any person, God or man, by the approach of Satan, and Christ passed every test.